Guess who's wearing shoes and hiking again? Hey everyone, so happy to be back outdoors. It is December 11th, and it's been 3 months and a week since I partially tore my Achilles. And I'm ahead of schedule, and I've been out of my boot for over a month, and I've been walking in shoes the last couple weeks, and I thought it was about time to see if I can go out for a hike. And I chose a really easy hike, nothing too difficult. At the moment, it takes a while for me to go up and down stairs. Inclines are tough, going up or down, and any sort of scrambling is out of the question. If I take a slip, I could re-tear it. So I chose Moses Cone Memorial Park on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and all of the trails in this park are flat, well-graded carriage roads that Moses Cone built in the early 1900s so he could take his horses around the park. So everything is really easy and flat, and I have no worries about hurting myself. Only my foot's gonna be tired. I'm gonna be pretty tired. Haven't done anything like this for a while, and I happen to choose a 9 or 9.5 mile hike. So my first hike back is close to 10 miles. It's all gonna be flat and easy like this, just long. The other hike I've done a year ago is Flat Top Tower. I don't have a video of it, a full video, but that's only 5 miles, but I've already done it. And this one is to Rich Mountain. So I've been hiking it's around noon. I've been hiking about 30 minutes, and I'm at Trout Lake, which is the smaller of the two man-made lakes in Moses Cone. The first segment previously was just below the parking area, and that was Bass Lake, which is the bigger of the two lakes, and then Flat Top Manor, also known as the Cone Manor. So I'm doing a half circle around this lake. If you can't tell, this entire half of the lake is frozen, which is pretty cool, kind of surprising. The weather today is going to be in the mid-30s, and if I get any wind, it's probably going to be in the mid-20s. Maybe that's why I sound kind of muffled. My face is pretty cold, but it's just really nice to get back outside. You know, my last hike was around 80 degrees in the summer with humidity, and 4 months later, my hike is around 30 degrees. So it's a huge change. So from here, I think I'm going to continue in this direction towards Rich Mountain, and hopefully we'll get some nice views. I'm a little out of practice taking these videos. I have no clue how the last one looked. Just wanted to show you how the trail looked after I left Trout Lake, which is down there in the distance. You probably can't see the glare because of the sun, but it's a few hundred yards in that direction. But yeah, the Rich Mountain carriage road is a very easy flat trail, so this is perfect for a recovery hike. This is a really nice spot, a little high elevation plateau type feel. I think I'm getting close to the summit. These trails split, and I think both head to the top, which is probably up there in the distance. I'm gonna take the right path because I think it's shorter and I'm getting hungry. I can see on the left the Mountain Sea Trail. That's the direction it keeps going. I think I'll come back to this point in probably an hour. I'm glad I decided to take that route. It's a moderate climb, nothing hard at all, but it was little tiring for me since my calf muscle isn't really there yet, and going up an incline is much easier than going down it for an Achilles. So apparently this is the way back. It's longer. I think it'll go down, turn to the left. I came up through here. Pretty good views back towards the main area of the park. Trout Lake is way down there, and up there is the top of Rich Mountain, so I'll be there shortly. Finally at the summit of Rich Mountain. That trail sure takes its sweet time winding continuously around the base of the summit. You could really shortcut it very quickly on some of the footpaths, but none of those are official, and you'll be contributing to erosion, so I suggest you stay on the carriage road. Here's the nice little summit that's been cleared, and there's a nice stone retaining wall with some gnarled trees. Honestly, it's not as open and clear as I thought it'd be. I figured that the summit would have been cleared by Moses Cone in the past to open up the views. And some of the views are actually better from the trail as it winds around the summit, especially this direction. So as I go back down, I will take a few more clips, but I think that's Flat Top Mountain directly ahead. And then down there is east of the lower areas of the park where I came from. Through here is Grandfather Mountain and some of the ski resorts over there. But on my way back down, I think the views are a little better, so I'll snap a couple videos. But right now, I'm just gonna eat some lunch. I'm heading down below the summit, and here's probably the most open view from the summit trail. I'm looking north towards the South Fork New River Valley, and the peaks beyond, that's where Boone is, and the peaks beyond that are the Amphibolite Range. I can't really tell from this angle, but that big peak right there, that might be Phoenix Mountain straight ahead, and then to the right, the pointy peak might be Mount Jefferson. It's hard to tell actually, because I know in this direction is Elk Knob and Snake Mountain, the two biggest. And if I keep going in this direction, I should get an open view of Flat Top. Yeah. So this is Flat Top Mountain, the tallest peak in the park, around 4,500. I forgot to mention that Rich Mountain is 4,360 feet. So these are not big peaks compared to the rest of the region, which most of the peaks around me are about 5,500. It's more high elevation plateau, and I hiked there almost 2 years ago, and there's a fire tower on top, but the top of the tower is just above the tree line, so you can't see it from here. Yeah, Flat Top. My fingers are freezing because I was filming a bunch of video about my my first ski review, and it's windy up here, and I think it's probably in the mid-20s. Impressive amount of ice on this side of the trail. Guess it hasn't reached above freezing for a while. This side of the mountain's definitely steeper. Drops way down to the south. And this whole time, although it's never a clear view, especially you won't be able to see this in the summer most likely, but always get nice glimpses of the northern face of Grandfather Mountain. The tallest part right there is Callaway Peak. That's about 1,800 feet higher than where I'm at right now. Here's that open field I was at about an hour and a half ago. You can see my return leg, that runner with his dog. That's where I just was. And Rich Mountain follows that ridge all the way to the top. It's a nice open view of Callaway Peak in the distance. And I'm gonna take the right fork here to go to the other side of Trout Lake. Back at Trout Lake, almost finished circling around it. It is pretty amazing how most of this lake is actually frozen over now that I've done almost a full loop around it. Everything along the perimeter is frozen, and I've only seen some ripples in the very middle of the lake, so it's icy almost all the way through, which is pretty cool. I'm getting close to the end of the hike. I'm almost to the tunnel under the Blue Ridge Parkway, but I thought I'd wrap it up now before I get to the parking lot, where there's probably going to be some people. It's 4 o'clock right now. I started at 11:45, so it looks like by the time I get back, the hike will be about 4 hours and 20 minutes. And I looked at my GPS, it's going to be around 9 miles. I've taken a lot longer than I expected on the back half of this hike. After I left Rich Mountain, my entire left leg just has been in some pain. I think all the exertion and the mileage that I put on my legs on the way up to the top of the mountain was so much more than I had experienced in the past few months, and my heel's been in constant pain. It feels like I have blisters on it, but it's really, I think, since my Achilles was basically useless for a few months, the hard mass around my heel kind of deteriorated, so I don't think it's used to this constant banging on the ground. And considering this whole trail's been gravel, it's a little harder than a normal hike in terms of how much pressure I'm putting on my feet. And also, my lower left leg, especially my calf and soleus muscles, have been really tight. But I've basically been limp walking for the last 2 hours, so I've been pretty slow. I look pretty pathetic, but I'll make it. Maybe this is a lesson that next week or whenever I hike next, I'll choose something a little shorter so my muscles don't lock up. They're just really fatigued. Anyways, pretty good hike. I mean, definitely a good choice for a recovery, a very easy difficulty. It's hardly any incline. Really, it's just the mileage. Kind of unfortunate that I didn't get too many open views, but if you're interested in Moses Cone, just go and check my blog, and you'll see a post for Flat Top Tower that has awesome views. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed my first hike in a few months, and hopefully I'll have a lot more this winter. See you guys later.